Hello, Crystal Coast and Eastern North Carolina. Thank you for joining me. This is Beach Bum with the weather update Monday, January 20th, 2025. I know I'm a little late today with this broadcast, but I just wanted to wait as long as possible to make sure I could put out the most correct information as possible. So, with that said, you see down below me, we are under a winter storm watch. Down below is all the information for that, including the counties. And we have extended some of the counties down to South Carolina, northern Horry County, just in case anybody down there is watching this as well. Today, what the models are showing. And the models indicate today the GFS is showing snow. The CMC is showing snow and ice, two different systems. The icon is showing snow, and the Euro is showing snow. Just how much? Let's get to that now, and let's take a look at the models. We're going to start off with the GFS. And here is the system we are watching right down here. East of Texas, a little bit of it's in East Texas, coming through Alabama, Louisiana. It's heading our way. We'll be here tomorrow evening. Let's go ahead and run this out. Here we are into Wednesday. We do see a little bit of ice creeping into the southeastern part of North Carolina. I know I didn't say that, what the models indicate. It is such a small little area, I'm not even sure if this is going to be correct. But South Carolina coast, you're definitely going to see some of that ice. Let's move through this. Here we are into Wednesday, and the storm is moving on out to sea. So now let's back that up. What is our snowfall totals for our area? And what the GFS is showing is about 3 to 5 inches. Looks like it could be a little bit higher the closer to the coast you are. Definitely, I would say the cutoff is around 17. From 17 east is going to be the heaviest snow. 17 west is going to keep getting lighter and lighter and lighter as you go. And as you can see down here, it still does show a little bit of ice coming up into southeastern North Carolina. So something just to keep an eye on there. Remember, this system is coming in tomorrow. Let's move it on through. We're only going to run this out 7 days. Here is Friday, and the original ice system the models were showing, at least for the GFS, is gone. The weekend looking clear. And here we come Monday. It looks like we got a round of storms coming back into the Carolinas. As you can see, it's coming into Western Carolina there. So we might have a chance of rain come Monday evening. It kind of breaks up as it goes across the state. Something just to watch for. Now to the CMC. Again, the system is in the same place. Now, what the CMC is showing differently than every other model, so I'm not sure if this model is on vacation or this is the true model and the other three are on vacation, but 3 out of 4, I'm leaning towards them. So let's go ahead and run through the CMC. We're starting it here at Tuesday night. And as you can see, it barely comes across the Carolinas there. Well, North Carolina. Mostly the southeastern parts. Crystal Coast, you look like you were in that just a little bit. If this model plays out, if you see any snow, is probably only going to be a half inch to an inch, maybe an inch and a half. It's not showing a whole lot. Now we'll move this on out. Here's Thursday. Friday, we see right here a system of ice moving in to the Carolinas. It comes up into southeastern Carolina, moves up to the central eastern North Carolina, the Crystal Coast area, and then it turns to rain around Beaufort County, and then moves on off. What that is showing as far as ice accumulation, about a half an inch, and well, 1/10 of an inch and a half an inch. And I know that don't sound like a whole lot, but that's enough to make the roads hazardous and enough to take out power. So remember that. Let's move this out till Monday. Here's Saturday coming into Sunday. Here's that system moving east, starting to come into western North Carolina. And just like the GFS, it is breaking up. Right here we see a little bit of rain coming across eastern North Carolina, so there may be a chance of rain come Monday. Now let's see what the icon model has to say. Again, right here is the system we are watching, starting off at Tuesday night. Here's Wednesday, and here we are covered in snow. No ice showing in this system here, on this system. So what this is showing us, back it back up. A little too far. There we go. What this system, what this the icon is showing us, is about 3 to 5 inches, just like the GFS. So, we got 2 out of 4 now saying 3 to 5 inches in a 24-hour period. That's pretty good odds. That's what we're looking at. Move this on through. Let's see if we get any ice off of that one. Here's Thursday coming into Friday, and there is no ice storm hitting the Carolinas at all. Saturday, and that is where this the icon quits, is it Saturday, January 25th, and so far clear skies up to that point after this system runs through Wednesday. That's the icon. Taking a look at the Euro, again, here's this system. This is Tuesday evening, Tuesday night. And eastern North Carolina up through central North Carolina has gotten snow. The cutoff for the heavy is still around Highway 17. East of 17, you're looking at about 3 to 5 inches. Possibly more coastal areas. The further west you go, the less it gets. So now we have 3 out of 4 models saying 3 to 5 inches and definitely snow. So, I mean, we're going to have to lean towards the forecast is 3 to 5 inches for this system coming in Tuesday night into Wednesday. Unless just something significantly changes overnight tonight. Taking a look at the GFS air temp model. Just going to show you some of the cold temps around. Like right now, this is showing the eastern North Carolina area somewhere around the 26 degrees, which is pretty cold. And we're going to just move this through until Monday. And as you can see, definitely at night, these cold temperatures come back in and stay with us. But our highs aren't that high either. Here's Saturday around 43 degrees, which, I mean, it's better than freezing, but it's still not spring. And here's Monday, our high 44 there. So, we're getting a little bit better in the day, but at night we are still keeping them Arctic temperatures. So now for everybody around eastern North Carolina, here is a look at our current radar. And as you can see, it's clear skies out there tonight. The temperatures are around 28 degrees in Newbern. Around Havelock 30, the Crystal Coast 35, Jacksonville 29, Washington 27. Elizabeth City, you are at 29, and Wilmington, you are sitting around 32 degrees. The feels like out there. Crystal Coast, you actually feel like you're sitting around 26. Havelock 22, Newbern 21, Jacksonville 22, Wilmington 24. Up to Washington 19, and the feels like in Elizabeth City is 19. The winds are currently around 8 to 11 miles an hour, give or take. You're sitting in 12 around the Crystal Coast, 9 down in Wilmington. But we're getting gusts around 17 on the Crystal Coast, Havelock 20, Newbern 21, Jacksonville 21, Wilmington 22. Up to Washington, you're getting wind gusts around 22 miles per hour. And Elizabeth City, you're getting wind gusts around 19 miles an hour. Today we had a briefing from the National Weather Service about the winter weather coming up. It was their last one was at 3:25 p.m. today, January 20th. They will have another one up by 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Right now, increasing confidence in higher snowfall amounts along the east of Highway 17, just as the models were showing, and especially the closer you get to the coast. The snow is going to start early evening, but not start accumulating until after the sun goes down. So just remember that once the sun goes down, that snow is going to start piling. And really high confidence in brutal cold is going to last for much coming week. I've got this posted on my Facebook. If you're watching this from YouTube, I will put a link to my Facebook in the description so you can go read all the different things. There is 11 pages of this winter weather cold briefing. Currently, we're going to take a look around eastern North Carolina at the future weather radar from NOAA, and we're going to run this from 10 p.m. tonight to 1 a.m. Friday, so we can see exactly what's going on here on eastern North Carolina. And here we are Tuesday. There's a mix of rain, snow starting to move into the area. 1 p.m. getting a little more. 4 p.m. we're showing heavy snow from just east of Kinston. So Dover area, Cove City, according to this, looks like the cutoff on the heavy snow. But we are definitely seeing heavy snow around the Crystal Coast, down to Wilmington, up to Elizabeth City. Here is Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Now the heavy snow has cut off around Highway 17. Really heavy snow here around 7 p.m. All the way from Elizabeth City to Wilmington. Here's 10 p.m. The heavy snow has now moved west a little bit more into Kinston. 1 a.m., 4 a.m. As you can see, now the snow is starting to fade out a little bit. If you're on the coast, you are still seeing it pretty heavy, though. Here's 7 a.m., 10 a.m., 1 p.m. Wednesday. It has pretty much moved out. 4 p.m. Here's Wednesday night, 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. And we're showing some ice on Wednesday night, which none of the models even showed that. but the ice seems to be around Wilmington. Now, I'm wondering if the GFS had a little bit of a glitch, because the GFS was showing a little bit of ice coming up in the snowstorm into Wilmington, and that was the only model showing that. So I'm wondering if it meant to actually have it on Wednesday instead of Tuesday. You know, it is a computer model, so glitches can happen. Here's Thursday at 7 a.m., and that's showing a lot of ice coming in Thursday morning. All over the Crystal Coast down to Wilmington, almost to Elizabeth City. 1 p.m. it has turned mostly to rain. Greenville, Kinston is still seeing some ice. Williamston, some ice. Thursday night, we're still seeing ice out there. It's now going from Williamston down just west of Wilmington. From 7 p.m. to 1 a.m., it looks like the ice moves through all of eastern North Carolina. So we're really going to watch this and pinpoint it down by tomorrow. Friday, 7 a.m. This shows some rain, but we're not seeing it on the radar yet. 1 p.m. clear. 7 p.m. Friday night. 1 a.m. Saturday morning. We're all looking clear. We'll run through the temperatures here. Our low for tonight, we are looking around the Crystal Coast around 20 degrees. Up to Elizabeth City, 21. Newbern, 21. Down to Wilmington, 19. Jacksonville, 19. For our high tomorrow, Crystal Coast, we're looking around 34 degrees. Newbern, 33. Jacksonville, 34. Wilmington, 36. Up to Elizabeth City, 31. Greenville, 31. Our low for tomorrow night, we're looking around 24 degrees around the Crystal Coast. 24 in Newbern. 19 up in Williamston. 23 Elizabeth City. Wilmington, 23. So we're going to be in the low 20s for those 2 nights, at least the low 20s. May even dip into the teens some, as we can see here. High for Wednesday, we are looking around 31 for our high Wednesday afternoon on the Crystal Coast. 33 down in Wilmington. They barely break out above freezing. Elizabeth City, 29. You're not even fighting your way to Elizabeth City to getting above freezing. So there's that. Wednesday, we are looking at a low of 25 degrees around the Crystal Coast. 23 in Newbern. 22 Jacksonville. 18 Wilmington. Elizabeth City, 26. And that's where we're going to stop at with that. With that said, we are definitely going to be seeing snow coming into the Crystal Coast and eastern North Carolina. From best of what I can tell, if you are south of Jones County, you are probably looking at about 1 to 2. You might get lucky and see 3 inches of snow coming up out of this tomorrow evening as things stand right now. Remember, these models can change at any time. Jones County north, 3 to 5 inches. Heavier snowfall the closer you get to the coast. Some areas may see 6 inches, maybe 7. Beaufort, you're probably looking at about 6 inches where you are. So I hope everybody has gotten what they need. Please stay off the roads when this comes in. I will be back in the morning with the very first update that the National Weather Service puts out, and we'll keep you going through this whole storm. Till tomorrow, this is Beach Bum, and y'all have a great night.